Can one viral YouTube challenge actually change an Airbnb host whole year? Ryan and Haley Trahan hit all 50 states in 50 days. Millions watched every night, a different Airbnb. You've got castles, your tree houses, goat farms, yachts. Some of those listings blew up. But here's the twist. Most hosts completely wasted that moment. I'm Mark Simpson, founder of Boostly. I've helped over 2,000 hosts over the last 10 years generate more than $250 million in direct bookings. And I'm telling you, if you ever get this kind of exposure and send people back to Airbnb, you're losing money and control and future guests. So in this video, I'm going to show you what the smart host did right, what most hosts got totally wrong, how they should have turned views into bookings, and I'll be ranking a bunch of these Airbnbs based on how well they handled the spotlight. And if you would like me to roast your marketing on a future video, there's a link in the description below. And there's also a link down there below on how you can book a call to work with me and our team. Let's get into it. So let's just take this moment to remind everybody what is going on here. We've done 3 of these videos now. This is the 3rd. The first and second one, I'll leave a link on the description that you'll see above now. You can go back and watch the first 2. We're in week 3. Now, Ryan and his wife, Haley, are traveling around 50 states every single day, staying in a new Airbnb. And I'm saving them to this wish list on my Airbnb account. Now, you can actually go and follow this journey on here. And as you can see, they've started in Texas, they've made their way, they're coming back, and they're currently over the east side of the United States of America, which is fantastic. They're doing all of this to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And as you can see, as of today, the day of recording, they have just passed the $2 million mark, which is phenomenal. Like I said, they've still got 30 days to go, which is crazy, but it is absolutely an amazing cause. The series is doing so well. As you can see here, this is view stats. This is a really cool YouTube sort of stat thing to get for free. But as you can see over the last, what we're talking now, they've been doing this for 20 days. So if we look over the last month, 141 million views. In the last 7 days alone, they've had 42 million views. And what I'm doing on this little mini series is I'm taking 7 days worth of Airbnb listings, and I'm ranking and roasting how they got on. And it's not in terms of how cool it is, because obviously that's what they're doing in the series. They're voting on their coolest Airbnb that they stay in. I want to look at it from a point of a marketing point of view of which ones of these actually took advantage of it and which ones totally blew it. Now, the context is there will be some of these that are hobbyist hosts. There will be some of these that are professional companies. But I want to show everybody how they can take advantage of it and how they can also tweak their Airbnb listing to get potentially more bookings, because you'll be amazed that after getting what is 3 million views, how many of these have got accommodation and availability for this coming week, which is madness. So let's get into it. So obviously video 1 and 2, we stopped here, which was over in Alabama. And now we're going over to Mississippi. So this is the video. Again, 3.2 million views.
Visiting all in the laundry. I didn't. It has a backyard grill.
If you remember this video, it's one of the ones that was a really nice one, right on the beach. They absolutely loved it. The actual Airbnb listing itself is here: coastal retreat, heated pool, hot tub, and game room. An entire home based in St. Louis, Mississippi. Again, 16 guests, a huge property. But you know, as we'll be able to see, this one has actually done all right. This one has got this is a place where families will come and go to the beach. So it's a summer resort, and as you can see, we're coming into the summer now. It is pretty much fully booked. So they will probably turn around to me and go, Mark, we don't care. But there's definitely some things we can spot here. So number one, the actual listing itself, I think it is structured very well. You can tell instantly which pictures and which properties have been done by a professional and which being done by their iPhone, so to speak. Going back to the silo in week 1 with Ryan, when the second picture was literally of him on his Airbnb listing of the guy in the missile silo. But this is cool. So let's go and have a look at this. For one thing that I did spot straight off is that this is a great way of doing this. So this is obviously their property. They're obviously a management company, because when you can go and see how many listings these guys have, they've got lots, 164. So this is just one that is part of their big portfolio here. If I was to have one critique of this, is that in no way, shape or form has it made this property Googleable or Instagrammable. So if somebody comes onto here, you know, and they want to go and find it on Google, it's making it really hard. So as I say to everybody, in this first line of text, you say, this is the, let's just call it the beach house by Heirloom or Heirloom. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but Heirloom. So if we were to check, let's go and have a little look if we can find the business in any way, shape or form. Because I want to see their Instagram. This is Heirloom Professional Vacation Rentals Management Company. StayHeirloom.com. One of the really interesting things I just saw there is that they're on Directo, which again, if you've all been following this channel for a while, Directo is the tool that so many people are using now to go and find better rates than booking on Airbnb, booking.com, etc. So obviously the website, you know, this is a company. This is a proper company. They're not messing about here. They've got properties all over. They've got the little chat widget. They've got Directo, which is cool. I mean, the website, it's not the worst. It's not the best. I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10. Instagram, 2,726 followers. Any mention. So the last post, 3 weeks ago. No mention at all. And it's just pictures of the properties. I feel like they're missing an absolute trick here. I feel like Maddie at Rentmount, Casey and Maddie, you've got some work to do here. I think you could do a lot of good stuff, to be brutally honest. Not one mention that Ryan's stayed there. Let's look at the reels. That's just pictures. Yeah, the Instagram is shocking. But again, they could turn around to me and go, hey, Mark, this property is booked out solidly. But did they take advantage of it? Have they done anything for the promotion of it? Do they even realize that Ryan has stayed here? I would go down as no. I mean, it's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. But we're going to come back to our tier ranking system that we have going on here. Let's just put this one. For now, we're going to place it in the middle at number 4. So every single week, I rank these from 1 to 7. Who did the best? Who did the worst? That's the first one. So the first one done, first one down. Let's go to the next one. So this one was a very cool one. If you remember this, they went to Alabama and they stayed in the Storybook Castle B&B. Now, this place looks like something from Shrek. It looks something from Harry Potter. It looks something from Medieval. It is very, very cool. If you remember watching the video in the series, so if we come back, going to Alabama, 2.7 million views. When they got there, again, the thing about this property is the exterior looks unreal. And then the interior just looks insanely bad, but that's probably the vibe that they're going for. But the actual listing itself looks unbelievable. So if you were to Google Storybook Castle B&B, let's go and do that first. Now, bearing in mind that this is obviously a massive guest favorite, hosted by Pagan. If you click on Pagan's Airbnb listing, as you know, obviously pays a lot of attention on their Airbnb account. They've gone and done all of this. My work is the owner operator of the Airbnb Storybook Castle. They've done that, which is very cool. But let me just go and see if it is Googleable. Right, we want to see if we can find more about it. We're going to call it the Storybook Castle B&B. So if you Google Storybook Castle B&B, this comes up, fairhopecastle.com. Okay, and if you click on that, then the website loads up. The website is 100% as you would imagine it. Very castle-y, medieval type vibe. They've obviously got all of the things that they've got going on. The one thing that I would say here is that from the off, you've always got to do with your website the 3 things. Number 1, who you are, what you do, how to book, right? And there's no easy place here to go to actually to book. You've got Castle Stories, you've got the Castle, you've got Mosher Castle. Again, it's confusing at best. Like, is all of these properties on the same bit of land? How can they book? You need like a very clear book now button for people that honestly don't know what they're looking at. So I would have a very clear book now button that would then load up to a page that would then go, okay, let's go and book your stay in one of these castles. So the website, again, isn't the best. You've got a Facebook page, and this is the thing. I tried to do a bit of research here, and I couldn't find your Airbnb listing. I could find your Facebook, and obviously I've messaged you on Facebook saying, well done. But I was really struggling to find an Instagram account.
We are currently in Mississippi.
I'm not entirely sure what this is. Without much effort on our part, Airbnb was featured in statewide publication and renowned by YouTube personality. It's a quick read. The video is 20 minutes. I'm not entirely sure what they're talking about here. Okay, a little bit mad. I don't think, truthfully, they understand social media very well. I feel like they could definitely get a little bit of helping hand on this. But obviously, the couple just look like they know. Obviously, they're very, very active in the area. They're very, very active, obviously, on Facebook. I feel like if they were to get on Instagram, this place would absolutely blow up, and it would just get so much more attention on this. Now, from what I can see here, now this is the thing that's confusing to me. So if you look at Pagan, and if you look at their listing, they've only got one of their listings on here. So you think, oh, okay, you can only book to stay in this B&B. But if you come, sorry, that's wrong company. If you come onto that actual website and you come to here, you've got Castle Stories, Sheldon Castle. So again, what is Sheldon Castle? What's Mosher Castle? So again, these all look like different places that you can stay at Fairhope. So why, to me, have you only got one on here? Again, this is confusing to me, so it'll be confusing to guess. You are potentially missing out on so many bookings here because of this. I mean, you'll come to me and go, listen, Mark, this Fairhope is now solid booked out pretty much up until kids go back to school in September. But for me, you're confusing me. So if you're confusing me, you'll be confusing potential guests. And you could be potentially missing out on so much more revenue if you were to just put your other properties on here. So again, I assume this is the same one that homed Ryan and Haley. And again, please go and get some professional pictures here. These just look like the ones that you've taken. You could do so much more, and you could get so much more potential bookings on here. You could get so much more attention on here. So it's definitely work to be done. I did just want to give a little shout out to a company. So I've been doing these roasting videos now for a while, and the guys at Guest Impress reached out to me and they said, hey, next time you do a roast video, they've given me a free account. They've asked some price and it looks pretty cheap. They say, put the listing URL into our tool and we'll give it some AI analysis. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and do it with the Storybook, because this is a pretty cool one to do it with. Again, not affiliated, don't get any money for saying this. I don't take sponsorships on the channel. So, but again, it says, hey, we'll go and roast it. If you're roasting it, let our AI do the roasting as well. So I've turned it on. All I've had to do is paste in the link to the listing. I've hit this. I've hit advanced AI mode. So it's going to take a little bit extra while to do this. But then what it's going to do is it's going to give me a full breakdown of the actual listing. So this is guestimpress.com. You can go in. I'm sure there's like a freemium model where you can start out, put your link in, and it will give you some advice on your own listing. But this is definitely something that I will be doing. I would be taking this word in here, but breaking it down into bullet points. 100% just explain a little bit more how many properties are, add your extra listings on here. I would definitely be getting an Instagram account and taking advantage of that and talking about it a lot more, that you've had, close to 2 million, nearly 3 million views on here. Okay, so this is the guest report. Now you can save it as a PDF. It comes with key recommendations, image insights. So the key recommendations, the listing showcases that the unique and historical nature of the property, highlighting the proximity to downtown Fairhope and East Shore Arts Centre to its appeal. Consider adding images to the interior of the studio space, including kitchenette, bathroom. Now this is the cool thing, right? So this is one of the cool things about the tools, and they did show me this in a loom. So this is the current picture. Now, this is good for anybody who has done anything where it's not being done by a professional. You can come in and do enhance with AI. And then what it will do is it will improve this image. So this image has obviously been taken by the host. This image has been taken on what looks like their camera. You can use this tool to make the image pop more. So when somebody's doing the scroll or someone comes to check you out on Airbnb, that listing and that picture will be AI improved. And there's two options. There's the deep one or there's the enhanced one. And I guess from a costing point of view, depends on what membership platform that you're on, depends on what you get with it. So as you can see, the image now looks like a proper storybook. I can download the enhanced one, which is pretty cool. So it does make it pop a lot more, which is very cool. I would also agree with this. I feel like there isn't enough interior style shots, and the interior style shots again are done on your phone. You're missing out on potential so much more here. You can potentially put your prices, you can potentially do so much more of them than what you're doing at the moment here, Pagan. So hopefully you get to see this. In terms of what you did, have you been able to take advantage of it? I mean, you've obviously got bookings, but I feel like you're not taking full advantage of it by putting on all of the other properties. So what we're going to do is I'm going to mark you down here. In fact, I'm going to put you at 4 just because this company hasn't even acknowledged it. That this company, the Mississippi one, 100% missed the boat on that one. But I feel like with this one, could be done a little bit better. All right, but well done. The place looks amazing. My kids have said, hey, we want to go check this out. Let's move over to the next one, which is in Florida. Again, if you watched this episode, which seems like so long ago, but it was only last week, it was one of those really unique stays. Really cool. This has got a story in itself. So I have done a little bit of digging. I've tried to find out more about him. About the owner of this one, because if you watch this, like I say, it's in St. Augustine. The place itself, so they didn't actually arrive until really late because of one of the Wheel of Doom. So they had a forfeit to do. When somebody donates $50,000, which is an unbelievable amount, they spin this Wheel of Doom and they have punishments. And this one is that they had to run their tank down to empty for whatever reason, which meant that they had to then arrive really late at night. But the property is pretty cool. The story behind it, when you do find the story behind it, is amazing. So this property was flooded, and the guy totally rebuilt it. So let's go and see if we can find it all online. Because again, he does have an Instagram. I know I found it. Perch on the web. Find the Prince Container apartment. Okay, so this is pretty funky. He's gone, find the Prince Road Container House Apartment Therapy Atlas Obscure IG. So he's got that in. Obviously, it's got around the Airbnb rules, which is pretty cool. I'm all for that. Definitely better ways to do it. So let's go and see what this is. So this is Discover Containers. So when Rob de Piazza's home of over 30 years was severely damaged to a fallen oak tree thanks to Hurricane Irma in 2017, he decided to make lemonade out of lemons, and he found himself holding. Seeing the opportunity to invent his own approach to housing, he undertook the massive DIY task. So that is an unbelievably cool story. That's the thing that stuck with me. But bear that in mind, right, when we look at the listing. So Prince House Container. Yeah, so here we go. So if you look at I don't know what that is. Okay, that doesn't mean anything about anything. Well, this house was clean and hallowed in the presence of mind to do so short to. Okay, so he's done that. This is what's going to 6 days. Okay, so this was. All right. Now, did he take advantage of the fact that they've just had millions of views? Let's go and have a look at this place. So the first thing that what I would say, come and stay in the Prince Road House Container. The listing, actually, I'm going to put this into this as well. The title means nothing. If you haven't got a clue what this is about, it will mean nothing to nobody. Okay. So the first thing that I would say, and I'm going to put this through the analyzer tool as we're doing this, is you've got to come up with a better title. And I feel like when you say come and stay in the Prince Road Container House, that doesn't mean nothing to nobody. The picture in itself is showing that it's a pretty cool container house. It's a pretty unique listing. What you need to do is you need to get across very quickly about the story behind it. So I would just put down here, Featured in the apartment for open use. Again, people don't care about that. You got to be able to speak about them. So you need to fill out the actual description in itself. Let me just do this. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to come into ChatGPT just as the analyzer tool is doing its thing. I'm going to go and find that article that was on the web. Okay, now read this. Do nothing. And then what I'm going to get it to do is I'm going to get it to rewrite the description based on the story. Because I feel like the story, if they can interline it with speaking to the ideal guest, will make this such a better listing. Okay, now I want for you to rewrite the description and title. Now, while it's doing that, I will notice about the pictures. So that first picture, fantastic. That is the hero image. That is the one that when you're on the scroll in St. Augustine, that will definitely stand out. In fact, if I were to come in here, do St. Augustine, and I'd go for a little search. Again, that stands out to me. There are some pretty cool properties in St. Augustine, but if I see that, I'm like, whoa, tell me more. Obviously, this is why it's a guest favorite. The thing that's letting you down is pictures 2, 3, 4, 5. This is prime real estate here. And you need to be able to sell the property in those 5 things. You've got to earn the right to click in. And instantly, the things that I notice here is that you've taken these yourself. So number 1, go and invest in a professional photographer to come round when it is those quieter ones and get some professional pictures here. Because when you do it by yourself, I mean, look at these. The way that the light bounces off the thing there, it just doesn't look very good at all. And the way that you realign those pictures needs to improve. I'm sure you've got some parts of your property that are just so unique and that will make it stand out. And I just feel like a photographer will bring them out for sure. Also as well, I remember from the actual video that you have bikes that you let people use. You've got to be able to show that in the pictures. And kettle, barbecue, free parking, pets allowed. If you do have pets allowed, assistance animals only. Private gym, private sauna. You need to be showcasing these. So the first thing I would say, and seeing you've got so much availability, is that you need to be showcasing the fact. Right, let's go back into ChatGPT. It's going to be on Airbnb. That's right. My ChatGPT likes to ask a lot of clever questions to get a 10 out of 10 answer, but I'm just going to get it to do it. So the art-filled container house with jukebox, chef, kitchen, and sauna. To me, that is already a better title. This isn't your average stay. The PRCH, Prince Road Container House, is a one-of-a-kind home built from 9 upcycled shipping containers packed with personality, top-line tech, and vintage flair. Inside, you'll find a 1950s jukebox. Again, this is pretty cool. I like that description a lot better than what you had. Then what I would do, Rob, is that in here, you need to fill out your Airbnb listing a bit more. And you've got a description. So in here, I would talk about your story. So in 2017, Hurricane Irma rudely destroyed our home of 30 years. So I built a house out of shipping containers that's devoted to art. Come on in. That's what I would have in this bit here. Fill out all of that, which would be fantastic to do. Look, you can even see Ryan's review here. So that's Ryan Trahan's listing. He's obviously showing that he's been to all of these cool places. You can see the places that he's leaving reviews at as well as he goes, which is funky. But again, you need to be able to do this. Now, I know that you have been posting on your Instagram account about the fact that you've just had Ryan and Haley stay. But if you look at your Instagram, again, you're pointing people back to your Airbnb listing, which is fine if that's the only thing you're going to be doing, but you're doing all of the work here to point people back to Airbnb. I would be 100% for yourself looking to get a direct booking website, getting a direct booking solution, get a PMS set up. But the thing about your tagged images, you want to be showcasing and talking about you and the container, the before and after, right? If you have got, you've got this here 6 years ago. This is good. This is the before and after. People love that. And you've got the walkthrough, which is good. People love that. But here you need to be, no one cares about your visit to Bilbao, right? You need to be In here on the third one, maybe just showcasing reviews, do a reel of reviews that are on there. I don't know. But even just screen grab when Ryan and Haley came to visit and the views that it's had on the back of it. You need to be able to showcase that. Just get rid of that one. Doesn't make sense to anybody. But things like this on a walkthrough are great. The only other thing that I would potentially suggest, which is kind of crucial for properties like yours, is that on your Airbnb listing, that picture number 5, because you have got such a unique setup, that means nothing. That's just stairs, obviously. The coffee bar, I feel that's kind of cool. You can keep that. No, because you've just done that there. But what I would be doing to look to is to get a 3D floor plan. Again, you'll have a floor plan hopefully somewhere of what you did. You can run that floor plan, upload it to ChatGPT and ask to create it into a 3D floor plan for Airbnb, and it will do so. And I feel like that would be kind of cool for your listing, just because then people will be able to understand the layout of where everything is. Now, I've gone and done this into Guest Impress as well, like I said. And again, it's got some key recommendations: showcase unique architecture, highlight the tech, emphasize the relaxing and rejuvenating aspects, improve photo quality and consistency for more professional appeal. So again, let me just go back to one of those images that I mentioned where the light was just really glaring. Okay, it's not giving me that option to do that. Let's do this one then. So we're going to do an enhance with AI on this one. And let's see what this tool comes up with at Guest Impress. This isn't your average stay. And again, I feel like you've got such a cool opportunity here to have it Instagrammable and Googleable, but you just got to make it so. You can't just say, go and check us out on IG, the PCRH, the Prince Road Container House. The PRCH, Prince Road Container House. I feel like it's a pretty cool business name and one that's obviously done you well. I mean, hey, you've got 51 reviews here, got a really good start. It's just a case of getting more visibility out there. And I feel like with a good Instagram approach to this, obviously start doing all the direct booking this, then you will get so then you're not just always reliant on Airbnb bringing the bookings in. Right, let's see if that image has caught up yet. There you go. I must admit, I'm not a massive fan of some AI images. It just make it look a bit cartoony, but it's better than the pictures that you've got. Go get professional photographer, go get them in there and get some better pictures, and I think you will absolutely smash it. Okay, right, let's move on to the next one. We're 3 down. Before we do that, let's rank and rate him. Now, for context, he has been Instagramming on his stories, not on his main one, which is not top marks, but he has been Instagramming that Haley and Ryan have been. I have seen that because I follow them now on Instagram. So we're going to put them in number 3. All right, let's move on then to the next one. So we've done the container, we've done Mississippi, we've done Alabama. Now we are going to Charleston waterfront with deep water dock. So this is in South Carolina. Let's go and find the actual video itself on here. I've got so many tabs open. South Carolina.
Good morning, sleepyheads.
And again, if you're not watching the series, do go and check it out. It is an unbelievable series. We love watching it every day. Okay, so this one here, let's go have a little quick look. I'll be totally honest with you, I've forgotten this one, so I need a little reminder. But again, really nice hero image. So it's the first one on the front here. We love the bit of that. You can see instantly that they've had professional pictures done. Yeah, it is good. It does look very South Carolina. A little bit of old school with a little bit of modernization. The back is unbelievable. You've got the docks out there. So yeah, very cool place. Let's go and see if he actually took advantage of this. So this is hosted by somebody called Candice. Let's have a little quick look. Superhost, obviously. Designer, born in the 80s. But can I find anything about them? Charleston waterfront. So instantly, this is not a hotel or an investment property that sits vacant. This is our dream home built on what we think is the most beautiful piece of property in all of Charleston. We are happy to share it with our Airbnb community. This modern Charleston waterfront offers all. This Jones Island estate has access to downtown. So she's obviously she's calling out a lot of people will be watching this. This is not a hotel or investment property. Wow. Charleston Waterfront Retreat. I would be amazed if she's got an Instagram account. They scream hobbyist host to me from the off. So, to answer your question, have they taken advantage of it? Let's have a look. Well, they'll turn around and go, we're solidly booked out until October, which, well done them. Or they could have just closed it out and they're not taking bookings. I don't know, because this doesn't look like a business. This looks like a hobbyist host. Now, the one thing that I've instantly noticed is that they do like to do a bit of the bullet points, which is good. The space, cars, details. I mean, this just looks like an Airbnb host and a hobbyist host at that. Will she have taken advantage of it? Who knows? Does she know that she's been featured on a video that's had 2.4 million views? Who knows? And that's all we've got. Does it look good? Amazing. Have I forgotten about it already? 100%. So with that being said, Charleston, I'm going to put yours down here. Looks amazing. Have you taken advantage of it? I don't think you even care, to be perfectly honest. You're booked up anyway. So let's move swiftly on. Okay, so this one was a cool one. I feel like this is a contender for number one. So this was the boat. Now, if you remember, this was North Carolina. Where am I? So they got locked out of the boat, not by the Airbnb hosts' fault at all. From the Wheel of Doom, they had to sleep outside of the Airbnb. And if you look at it,
area right here by
it's a boat. It is literally just a boat. But this video has got nearly 3 million views, 2.5 million views. Luxury lot in a perfect location, one of a kind. So again, if you look at this, welcome aboard one of the largest and most luxurious yachts in the Carolinas, 72 foot long with weighing over 100,000 pounds. Doesn't mean nothing to me, which was custom made and cost over 4 million new. Doesn't mean nothing. So again, the absolute description of this is awful. Pictures, they do look professional, which is good. Do they have the best ones at the first five? I think so. I think that is a great shot. I feel like that's a reflection. I feel like that could be a better one. I reckon a drone shot in the harbor of this would be so much better than that. You could use that as picture number 3 because you've got the bed shot, but we've got 3 bed shots there. You need to be able to mix these up a little bit. But I think a drone shot of that, showing where it is, I think that'll do a lot better than that one. So maybe go and get a drone shot in, you two. Your description. All right, let's go and whack this into ChatGPT. And I'll also go into our other one that we're using as well. All right, new chat. So read this and then improve a copy of the description and the title. All right, so while that's doing that, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to go into here, come into our guest impress tool. I'm going to go and analyze another listing. Again, I think the images generator to this isn't the best because it makes it look a little bit AI, but I feel like there's definitely a good thing to go in with that one, with guest impress. So do go check them out. All right, we don't need that anymore. We'll keep use. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, let me show you this. So also as well, you can go put this into AI, but you can also go and chat to my digital twin, text, voice, and video. Ask them to roast and rank your listing while you're waiting for me to do it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I've put this all in. It's come with 2 versions. I'm just going to pick the big one. All right, so the original title, what's wrong with it? Luxury is overused and vague. Perfect locations means nothing. One of a kind is filter unless backed up. Better options. Stay on a 4 million lot yacht in downtown Willingham. I take it back about 4 million. When you put it like that, that sounds pretty baller. That sounds pretty epic. 42 private yacht with chef and cruise options. I like that. Mega yacht, riverfront mega yacht stay, sleep 6, luxury. I think these 2 are pretty cool. Those are better ones. Welcome on board. Problems with the original, improved description. Your private yacht stay starts here, docked in the heart of downtown Wilmington. 72-foot custom-built yacht gives you a luxury hotel feel on the water. Wake up to bay views, fall asleep to quiet sway of the water. Love that. Could obviously fill it out a bit more, but you can only do with AI what you give it. So I do love that. The guest in press has said the photos are high quality, the description is good, but could be made more evoking and engaging, considering offering a virtual tour. I agree. You can't obviously do a virtual tour and put it into Airbnb, but you can definitely put it onto your website. I feel like that would be good. A virtual photo tour would be definitely something, a 3D photo plan would be definitely good that you can easily add in. But I think personally, you're missing a drone shot right here. Now, this is the question. Have they taken advantage of all of this amazing exposure? Because if you watch the episode, you will see, was this the one I'm talking about? No, that's not them. Where's the actual YouTube video? You will see that at the very end, oh, I've got it spot on there. Tyler and Melissa, they donated $5,000 to the cause, which is amazing. Got a shout out. But if you were to be on the listing, there's not one mention of their company, and they do have a company. So if you come into the thing here, where I've always wanted to go, the Joyride Factory. Okay, so they've gone all in on Joyride, which is obviously Ryan's favorite suite. I don't know if he was doing that just to get the attention of Ryan, but that's pretty cool. But again, they've got more boats. Right, they have got a business here, and there's not one mention of their company, which is key. So, luxury lot, perfect location. Let me just go and do that and just Google Wilmington, because obviously that's where it was. So the company, from what I can make out, is Carolina Yacht Charters. Now, it took me a lot of digging to try and figure this out, but I saw overnight stays, and then this is obviously the one that we've seen here. Now, this is really important, is that when you do this with your Airbnb listing, you have to make it Googleable. That is an amazing picture, by the way, and Instagrammable. So what the thing that you need to do instantly, and this is a takeaway for all of you to be doing here, is that with the listing on Airbnb, you want to be able to call this whatever you're going to call it. So let's just call it the yacht or luxury yacht or joyride yacht. Right, so you give the property, the listing, a brand, a name, and then you got to give your business and your brand name a shout out. And I say it in every video. So this is the Joyride Yacht brought to you by Carolina Yacht Charters. Check out our online reviews; they're really good, because that is what's going to take people from Airbnb to Google. And if you think, well, that doesn't really happen, it does. It happens so much. 70% of all bookings that are done on a website start off on an online travel agent. So you've got to be able to do that. Make sure you double it up in your profile page as well. And if you want to get extra cheeky, obviously you can't just put a watermark on anymore, because Airbnb's watermark AI will get rid of that picture. They're cracking down on it. But when you have that photo shoot done, this pillow here, if you can get it rebranded and just have your logo on it and logo on here, subtly dropping these little hints, you'll be amazed. Now, I know obviously in some of these videos that we've done, on the first image, the Treetopia prime example, they literally branded their whole thing up on the first picture, but it's still there. Airbnb will get rid of it eventually, but you've got to take advantage of it with the wording that you've got. And you can say, check out our online reviews are really good, because what I'm not doing is going, hey, go to, yeah, stop clicking on that. I'm not saying go to carolinacharters.com. Right, so it's giving you some ideas here. Better business name, Cape Fear Yacht Company, Driftline Charters, Anchor and Wake. I mean, all of it is pretty crap. But again, this is just like, it's working off the bat here. But have you taken advantage of it with your Instagram? Now, I can instantly say this for you, you guys. Yes, you have. You have been talking about it. You did the donation, which was fantastic. You've done the picture here, which is great. We have a great pleasure of hosting Ryan. So, I mean, you could have, I know you met him. It'd been great if you got a picture of the three of you. That would have been fantastic. Obviously, you didn't think at the time if this was going to be a big YouTube thing, but you definitely have pictured about it. And just for the sheer fact that you've spoken about it on your socials and you've got a picture, I'm going to put you at number one. So Carolina Yacht Charters, there's so much more that you can do, but you've done a great start. And hopefully, like I say, more of these bookings fly and get your July and August sorted, because you've got an amazing spot, fantastic place. Wilmington's fantastic. It's such an experience to be staying on a boat. So yeah, well done you. Okay, so we're going into for the final couple now. We've got two more to go. So this one here, this next one, this in our household has had us divided, and I'll tell you for why. I have said that I would never want to go and stay in something like this, especially with the kids. If it was just me and Laura, maybe. Laura, on the other hand, is all for it. The kids are all for it. And I'll tell you for why. If you've watched the video, you will see how much of a mission it was just to get into the property, to get up the tower. So when they arrived, they had to first and foremost get out of their car, get into a Jeep to cross a river, to then climb 60 foot up here. And once you're up here, you've then got to climb 60 foot down just to get down. So say that you left something in the car, and he did. He left the Wheel of Doom or something in the car, and he had to go all the way back down on the Jeep over the river. But once you're up there, I mean, like I say, it's a pretty cool experience. I mean, the sunset was unreal, the barbecue, all that good stuff. I mean, it was a pretty cool stay. But I was like, nah, I'm not for this. Now, let's go and see if they've actually taken advantage of it. The story behind it, that the owner lives on site, not obviously in that tower at the very bottom. It's a very cool idea, but you've over-egged it on the tower here. You've got to show off in these first 5 pictures what is actually inside. I mean, some of these pictures are just unbelievably good. They're stunning. And you need to be able to, I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, you've just gone in and you've just dumped them all in. So go and rearrange these first 5, okay? 60-foot tall lookout tower on river, rooftop deck. I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm sure it could be better. I have gone and put it into here. So the photos are stunning and the showcase the unique aspect. The listing description is good but can be improved. Consider adding more information about the surrounding areas, activities nearby, etc. I'll be intrigued to see what Deep Ants and High is going to do here. But again, you've got a fantastic property. You've obviously had 100 reviews. I feel like you've been using a little bit of ChatGPT to write your listing, which well done you for taking advantage of that. But let's go and see if they've actually taken advantage of it off-site. Have a Airbnb hobbyist hosts, or are they wanting to make this into a business? So this is Mark. I haven't got anything else that I need to know about Mark, which obviously is missing the trick there. 60-foot lookout tower. Let's go search Google. You've got yourself on Verbo. You've got yourself an Airbnb.
This is the River Forest Lookout.
The amazing Journey Moore. I've done a segment on this.
Northern Georgia, and this might be one of the most unique places we've stayed. Let's check it out.
Now, this is why these two are so good at creating content. I mean, look at this.
One of the coolest things about the River Forest Lookout is the fact...
So I've had the pleasure to meet and know these two. They're fantastic at what they do. This has had in itself 19,000 views. And then you go and add in Ryan and Haley's video, which is sat on 2.2 million views. It is insane. But have they actually done anything about it? Do they have a website? Do they have an Instagram? The answer is no, they do not. So unfortunately, they have not taken advantage. They're in Georgia, sorry, not North Carolina. They're in Georgia. I haven't taken any advantage of the fact that they've just had all this exposure. They're obviously on 2 sites, which is pretty cool. Hang on, where does it say 2025? Oh, okay. Starting 2025, we'll be offering guided trophy trout fishing on our waters, which is pretty cool. But again, they haven't taken any advantage of the fact. They probably turn around to me and go, Mark, we don't care. We're fully booked for the rest of the summer. But again, you need to be taking advantage of the fact. Get a website, get a system set up, get Instagram set up so people can actually start to engage with you off of Airbnb. Start getting those emails. Let's go and see what Guest Impress said quickly. Oh, it's changed it. That's not bad. That's not bad, Guest Impress. It doesn't look too AI compared to the other ones. But let's go and rank them. This is a tricky one. I'm actually going to put, right, my containers is going to go up to 2. They're going to go up to 3. I'm going to put that there. Room for improvement. So now it comes down to the last one. So in number 1 is the charters. Then we've got the containers. Then we've got the fairy tale house. Let's go to the last one. Coming in at 45 minutes. This is definitely the longest one in the series so far of doing this. Belltop architecture wonder on a private mountain. this is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We've got a lot of Boostly customers who have got websites we're doing a lot of work in Pigeon Forge. Let's just say that. We do a lot of work in Tennessee. So this is Emma. Emma has got 20 listings all around. Show more listings all around, scattered that sort of area: Alabama, Birmingham, Tennessee, etc. I'm an owner of Stay Bee House. Oh, look at that! Which offers Stay Birmingham. I like that. Oh, they do have an Instagram. They have a website. They're using Guesty. Oh my eyes, man. My eyes. My beautiful eyes. Oh, my days. That is awful, I'm afraid. You need to get a better website. You've got the live chat. I love that. But this color means absolutely nothing. People can't read it. You've got one opportunity. You get 3 seconds. Who you are, what you do, how I can book. No one's going to log in. It's not a basket. This is not Shopify. Get a solid book now button. Change this colors. I know this is your branding, which is all well and good, but it doesn't need to be everywhere. Have one big image. Literally, let me just show you what you need to do. This is our framework for all of our websites. Just copy this, right? So get one nice big image that will sit in there, or a video. Your live chat goes there. Your logo will go in the top. I mean, the logo, your yellow and white, that's all good, but it literally hurts my eyes. It doesn't need to be all over here. This looks like a nice image, whatever that is. I mean, look, that is not that one. This property you've got here, this could be your hero image. That's pretty lovely in itself. Homes, services, experiences. Get rid of all of this. That is too far down. I've already missed out on that. You've got to have a search book now button, have a search here. So website, 110%. Instagram, have you taken advantage of the fact that we've had people staying here? No. 180 weeks ago, you've been tagged in more places than actual posts. But a hidden gem. But yet, no, we need to do that. We need to make something better of Stay Birmingham. Plus, as well, the elephant in the room here is that this isn't even in Birmingham, Alabama. This is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and you're obviously co-hosting it or hosting it. You need to get a new business name, because, like I said, you are now got more locations than just in Birmingham, Alabama. If all of these, again, this is another conversation. If all of these are in Birmingham, Alabama, have a look at this one. This is in Washington, United States. You need a new business name. You are no longer Stay Birmingham. You are all around now. So you need to get a new business name. You need to really just change everything around, new logo, everything, because you've outgrown Birmingham, Alabama. You are confusing people with this. Have you taken advantage of the fact? No. Have you got an Instagram? Yes. Just from the sheer fact of you having an Instagram, I'm just going to pop you here. But there's so much work that you could be doing. Brand new website, brand new business name. That's not even in the right location. But again, this place was really, really good. They absolutely loved it. I think they put it in their top 8. Really good views, really good vibe. I mean, this is just an unbelievably good listing. You've done everything so well, but you are just not pushing people to the place that you want it to go. It's designed by Stay Birmingham. New business name is needed ASAP. You've got good description, good everything, but this will be, you need to give it a name. So this is the Bell Top by Stay Birmingham. Give it a business, get your business name changed. But here's our ranking. Here we go, because I don't want to turn it into an hour video. Number 1, Stay Chartered. Well done, you did it. Stay Chartered stays in Carolinas, just from the sheer fact that you did a few posts. You got that. Then we got the containers. Then we got the castle house. Then we got the tower. And then we got the others at the bottom there. But do you agree or do you disagree? Leave it in the comments below. And if you want for me to rank and roast one of your listings, please go and click on the link below. And if you'd like to help work more with Boostly, maybe get hold of those websites and get all the training on how you can take advantage of all of this, there's another link in the description below. Without more being said, if you like this, YouTube is going to recommend you clicking on one of these videos above us. And I'll be back next week with another roast and rank. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.